Elise Baughman here with Chris Burnett. Welcome to Anime Adventures. Chris Burnett is anime voice actor, TV host, on-camera actor, you name it. This is your guy.
Wow, that sounded so crazy, but thank you. What's up, Anime Adventures? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're so glad you're joining us. And Chris has been gracious enough to let us join him on a session today, so we're kind of getting like a glimpse into the life of a voiceover actor.
Yes, it's going to be wild, crazy, unorganized, dysfunctional, all the things that go into being a freelancer.
Yeah, isn't that how life is, though? That's how I feel.
Right? Yeah, so hopefully you get a little behind the scenes and you can, see the crazy mess that is this existence.
Exactly. So we're actually outside the studio right now.
Right.
We're about to go inside the studio.
Yes.
Yes. So join us. Let's go in.
Come on. Insert crazy transition
now.
Here.
Okay, so we're inside the studio.
Coming at you live.
Before he records.
Yes.
But we thought we would talk a little bit. You know what we should do before we get too far? This is called Anime Adventures. We are talking about anime, so let's talk about some anime roles or shows that you have done. Because, man, if you look him up on Anime News Network or IMDb or whatever, he has a list a mile long that he has done. So just tell us a few highlights.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you. Well, I think like my biggest role that kind of broke me through a little bit was Romeo and Juliet. I played Romeo, which was super fun. And J. Michael Tatum directed it, and he's awesome. He's just awesome. And like everything he does too is killer. And so I just feel really lucky that kind of like, set the tone or whatever. But that's one. Recently, I think maybe a year or two ago, I did Young Ace. I had an arc as Young Ace in One Piece, which was really fun.
Dragon Ball Super,
which is running soon, I think. Yeah, but I think that I wish I could say I'm one of the lead characters, but look like, a little bit smaller, and then you might find me kind of, saying something in a high-pitched voice.
Like how? Let's hear it.
Something a little higher, in the register or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that's coming out soon. I think I'm in episodes somewhere in the hundreds.
Oh, okay. So your episodes aren't out right now.
No, they're not out right now. I did play the referee, which I think has already been released. But again, a lot of my characters tend to not have, huge names or anything. I like to just fly right under the radar, But this interview's
good.
Out at all,
Oh, yeah. You're out there.
Yes. So yeah, that's a few of the things. And I think that Gridman has been released as well, and I was in that as well, that Cliff had directed. So,
and you know what I discovered when I was Googling him, even though I know you so well, we have a lot of show in common.
You Googled me?
I Googled you.
Wow, I haven't done that. How did it turn out for you?
Oh, you were awesome. You have some other dude's picture shows up. Like when I Googled you, I did not find your picture one time. So that was fascinating.
So where is this again?
I don't know, somewhere on the World Wide Web. But here's what I found when I Googled you. We had a lot of shows in common.
Yeah.
I think now would be a good time to list those shows while we sit here.
You're sure you want to do that? It's probably going to be a lot. Because we're vocal twins, so where there is Elise, there is always Chris. Let's hopefully he's already started rolling. The editor has already started rolling these.
I think we should sit here and
Great.
I'll just sit this
really
down.
Takes the pressure off. So
yeah. Okay, well, hope that was as much fun for you as it was for us.
Always.
I always love to know how people got started. Like, how did you get started in voice acting, and how did you get started in anime?
For voice acting, I was. I booked a campaign of on-camera commercial.
Okay.
And then they said they wanted to record a radio ad, and I didn't really know what that meant. So we recorded a radio ad, and I was like, this is really neat. This is cool. And so afterwards, I just stuck around and picked the sound engineer's brain on kind of the industry and how to get started and things like that. And so shortly after that, I found myself taking voice acting classes, got a demo made,
all-new Beastfire Predaking rules the skies with massive wings and wicked firepower.
I'm sure everyone's heard this story from all sorts of different actors now, but that's the formula I used. So there you go. I had an agent at the time, and they just kind of started submitting me on projects and just kept showing up, and then finally, booked something, thankfully, and it's just been kind of a, fun ride since then.
Nice. Well, you joke about people knowing the formula, but not always, because I will say that's one of the questions I get asked. Like,
oh, really?
What is the formula? How do I get started? So I love that you kind of touched on that. And little known fact, or maybe a big known fact, Chris teaches. One of the things he teaches is voiceover. So why don't you elaborate on that? How would you recommend people get started in the business?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, it's really fun and it's different every day. You've heard all the perks and stuff, but it's hard to figure out like the formula to get in. But again, it all starts with acting. I have a big acting background. Like that's where I come from. So that's always how I approach it is you have to take some acting classes and really learn the art of acting. And then from the voiceover side, there's also a technique side. And so taking both, in my opinion, is the best route to do it. And then, improv or whatever else kind of gets you out of your shell. That's something that I see a lot of people just come in and they want to do it, but they just need to stretch themselves just a little bit. So finding whatever that formula is for you that might stretch you a little bit and push you to be a little bit more outgoing and things like that. That's what I always steer people to do. Take improv, acting classes, then go in to take some voiceover classes and kind of marry the technique with the art of acting.
That's such great advice. I do think any type of acting class that you take does help with your voice acting career.
Sure. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's all related, designing some sort of scene and knowing who, when, and what your goals are, what your motivation is, things of that nature.
Yes.
But anyways.
Yes, acting.
Acting. This is so funny going back and forth with the mic, It's like, I kind of want to take it and interview you. So Elise, how are you feeling today? What's going on? What's going through your head?
Oh, I feel so good. I'm just like full of enthusiasm to be here with you. Here's something so Chris and I have known each other for a long time.
That's true.
It is true. I actually call him my vocal twin.
Yes, we're vocal twins. I have twins and we're vocal twins.
Yes, he has twins and we're vocal twins. We get booked together on jobs a lot, either to do husband-wife or like hosts together on camera and vocally. So
I'm sorry.
A little trivia.
I didn't mean to hijack your interview. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm taking back the mic. Who's in control here?
I'm sorry. I told you I'm very nervous, and my instinct is to just grab the microphone and interview someone else.
No, what's funny is Chris does a lot of interviews. So he was the host for GameStop TV, and he interviewed so many people, anime actors, video game peeps. Yeah. Who else did you interview?
Well, we had Chris Sabat come on set. That was a real trip.
Yeah, I saw that.
Colliding and stuff, so that was really fun. I'm used to doing it, but not somebody talking to me, so,
Is this your first interview?
Real Chris, nice and nervous. Yeah, it is my first interview, so thank you, Elise, and thank you guys if you have taken the time to watch this. Thank you, I appreciate it.
So this is like the world premiere of the first interview of Chris Burnett.
Yes, you made it sound real earth-shattering, but I have a feeling the internet will not be like broken or anything when this is over. But
anything else before we go in the studio?
I just want to shout out to you and this awesome format that you've put together here, and I think it's really awesome. And you guys, I hope you get to see a little glimpse of this today. That like Elise is she's putting all these great lights up. She's running camera, she's running sound, and this is all for the YouTube world out there, and it's really amazing, and I think it's awesome, and I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. I am learning a lot. I am so glad you're here, and I think we should go see how the magic happens in the studio. This is the guy to learn it from.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Go.
He